before we announce the show. That way we can let filter in and people can be professional. We can be professional. Yeah,
Professionality.
we'll let our two viewers get in and get comfortable.
Hey, we might get 3 today. It might be the day.
That's true. I shouldn't be negative. Today's 3. Highest I think we ever got live is 7 because we're like we don't advertise at all. But for not advertising at all, 7 is like, yeah, goddamn, that's pretty good. Can we be Jenny, Jenny? Right? Ah, fuck, I get a little big stuck in my head too.
Advertising. Ugh.
Yeah, it's the worst.
I hate advertising so much. If there was anything else in the way except for advertising, it would be fine.
Oh, now you gotta do that thing where I fake our viewership and I go to our stream.
Hmm.
Oh
That
yeah.
is also technically advertising.
What's that?
What
Faking
you're doing, just completely faking it.
fact. Oh shit.
It would be false advertising. It would be advertising.
Well, I'm watching it because I'm here, so I should get a tick.
We getting ticks in here.
We're getting ticks.
Ticks and leeches.
Ticks and leeches for your beaches.
Super
Ticks
tick.
and super tick.
Lunatic.
Super dick. Super
He's
guile.
out of control.
S ist. Super guile. Super guile. Z ist. Super guile. Super guile's a fun. That's a fun one.
Zuber guile?
Super guile.
Super guile.
Yeah, it means cool.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say they made Guile from Street Fighter Super Saiyan.
No, it's not super guile as in like.
He would have Sonic Boom Kamehameha waves.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. It would actually be pretty tight.
All right.
Because he looks like a Dragon Ball Z character, so you just gotta make his little flat top spiky and more American somehow. I don't know how you can make him more American.
How could we make him more American if he was just like, I hate healthcare and I get a small
Yeah,
dick?
yeah. He had his button. He had his finger on a drone button.
Yeah.
He was like, he's like, babies, fuck them kids. With it, and then he just combs his hair like.
He just
They don't
says,
matter because they're already born.
all he says is the gamer slur. And then he's like, Are you twiggered?
He just goes around saying all the slurs.
Yeah. He says the gamer word, and then he's like, Are you twiggered?
Everybody in Street Fighter's trying to kill him.
Guile, Jesus, dude. He's like 850 fucking pounds. And he's draped in
Right.
Confederate imagery in a MAGA hat.
He's got his like giant beer good belly.
He's
and,
no,
and he's got like that look, that chud look with the mustache and the sunglasses with the hat.
yep, wraparounds.
Yeah, with the wraparounds. Yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
You got it.
Yeah. And then he's wearing a homemade tap out shirt that also says it on like it's just loaded with too much shit though. Like it's literally every slogan he's seen that he likes. So it's like it's tap out, but it's misspelled. It's got 10 rules for fucking my daughter. And all 10 of them are you gotta fuck me first. And then like on the back there's like it's like a thin blue line flag, but he's miscounted the number of stripes.
His barbed wire tattoo has a barbed wire tattoo.
Yeah, he's insisted on his tribal barbed wire tattoo. It's like
Oh yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that would be super American guy, a super guile,
yeah,
the superest of all guiles.
he's this super guile.
He like slowly crawls out of F-150, kind of falling out of it
Oh yeah,
while he's eating a corn dog.
Oh yeah, my man knows what's up. He's eating that corn dog.
Oh man. He calls his dog out, and his dog is just as fat. Just starts rolling around like a little ball.
And he calls it thunder or killer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
killer.
Come here, killer. They're like, Guile, man, you got to take care of yourself. He's like, fuck you, Lib.
Say, oh, American number one. Yeah, if they were trying to make a Guile character now, it would be just so much more disgusting. He would have that spray. He probably has that spray tan shit from 45, where they miss complete whole sections.
Yes. Yes. Definitely. Definitely what my man is rocking.
Do we give him a full? No, he's got to have at least his iconic hair, or else he wouldn't be Guile.
He does, but it ends in a mullet.
He's got a Guile mullet.
Yeah.
That's pretty good,
Affectionately known as the gullet.
yeah. That way you have a gullet and a gullet.
He's he's like Fern Gully was my favorite movie as a kid, but if you try to touch my reliance on natural fuels.
So the only question would be, does he watch CNN or Fox?
Oh, he watches OAN, dude.
Oh, he's an OAN stan.
Yeah. He's so fucking American.
Painfully American. I think we did it. I don't think we can make him any more American at this point. Maybe if we I don't know. I don't know. Maybe if we introduce him with a Karening.
Oh, his wife is a total Karen.
Hmm, hmm.
870-pound Karen. The laws of physics say this woman should not be able to function as a living
We
person,
should just put some
but
guile
she's
hair
going.
on that old couple with the guns. You remember
Yeah.
them?
Yes. That's super guile, and it's like, but we'd have to Photoshop that pretty badly because she'd have to be a heavy-set Asian woman.
I don't know. He sounds too American to mix races.
Uh, that side of libertarian. Well, no, it's a war wife.
A war wife.
Yeah, war wife.
So what is that? A slave? I don't know.
Well,
What is that?
look, we try not to say that, but yeah, that's what.
Is that what that is? I'm trying to make sure. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean that's clearly what we're talking about.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. That makes more sense then. Thank you for clearing that up.
Well, you're
War
very
wife, they
welcome.
call them.
Yeah, they call them war wives.
Is that like, I don't know. I didn't see that episode of MASH.
Next time on Mash. Fuck, I forget Mash now.
That's the one with the guy who was cross-dressing and guy. I think it was radio. What? Did he have a radio? I think they had a radio guy. And
Yeah,
the main character, he is I think it was like Hawk or something. Hawkeye.
Hawkeye or something.
Yeah,
Dun
yeah,
dun
yeah, yeah.
dun. Bum bum bum. Dun 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 dun. Bum bum ba da dum bum. I may be mixing up things.
A little bit, but you're on the right track. So I can't fault you completely because you're not off track.
There's that was that
It
Doctor
was
no,
it was at least the same era.
yeah, was that Doctor Trans?
Dr. Trans.
I think the
Oh,
doctor was trans.
I remember Dr. Trans.
Yeah, Doctor
Oh no,
Trans.
Dr. Tran. Yeah, Dr. Tran. Oh, I do remember Dr. Tran and the doctor. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
he was just trying to get out of the war. So he was trying to fake insanity by wearing a dress.
Ooh, oh, that's right. That was back when trans made you mentally ill.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. That was a thing. Yeah.
We've come so far because now it means that the Republicans will try to kill you.
Yeah,
That
Yeah.
that means you're not mentally ill anymore. They just hate you. You just moved up to regular object of hate
Yeah,
position.
they just moved on to regular genocide.
Yeah.
Garden variety, the regular diet.
It's weird that that's what amounts for respect in this country is being ranked up to regular genocide instead of pitiable genocide.
Right, right. We're doing them a favor.
We're doing them a favor. They want to be killed. They
The
want
noble
it.
savage trope, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Oh, we're doing such a great thing colonizing these people.
We're doing them a favor. We're just doing them a favor.
Everyone why do they want to reject our gift of
Yeah.
democracy?
We
I
just
don't understand it.
we just want to help them by killing as many other people as possible and raping their women. Of course.
Honestly, I think Super Guy will just be a Patriot missile. That would be Super Guile.
He just oh yeah, his only attack is a patriot, a drone strike.
That's all he is. That's all. He's not even a person. He's just a drone strike. And every time he fires off, he'd go, "Thanks, Obama."
It's a drone strike, but it's not even on the related target.
Oh no, of course, no, no. You think they hit the right targets? No, of course not. What is
No.
this?
Uh
It's
no.
a precision strike, and they proceed to blow up a 3 block radius.
Yeah. Well, it depends.
How did you hit the whole family except the guy you were targeting?
It's that it then it turns into that fat ninja guy and he's like, "Don't mess with the United States." It's like, "Why? You won't kill me. I just have to not know people and suddenly I'm immortal because the United States government can't kill the guy they're looking for. It takes them 10 years."
Would it be Steven Seagal?
Yeah.
We're
Young Steven
describing
Seagal.
Steven Seagal. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Young Steven Seagal before he like became like a weird like Chinese guy and then he jumped right
Yeah,
back into the
what was
slots.
that? What was that?
That's what you can do if you're just always on coke. You can just change your race 3 times in your life. You can go from Anglo to
That
Chinese to
that could have
Slav.
saved that one guy a lot of surgery.
I think you know what he's doing. He did he had a blackface too, where he was like, "What's up, brother, man?"
He had a black. He's trying to be not only Asian but black.
Mm,
What?
yeah, I.
My dude's turning Filipino out here. I can't. Like what? He's gonna show up in Okinawa like, ah, brother.
But for
They'll be like,
fucking
what
real
the
though,
fuck? They're
I'm
gonna be
not.
looking at him like, what?
I'm not even joking. You can find some old Steven Seagal movies, and like by old, I mean like the 2000s, where he's like, "What's up, brother, man? I'm out here working these
I
streets."
I don't doubt it. I really don't. I totally 110% believe you on that.
You you should, cause I am fucking
Cause
deadly serious.
that is so cringe. That is yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's the epitome of
That
cringe.
makes perfect sense. That's the only way that could have ended. To be honest.
Yeah. It's phenomenal. He just he went hard in a very
Ugh,
cringy fucking way.
ugh. People like that don't die. They just cringe till the end.
Yep. You have entered power cringe. I suggest less cringe.
Oh no, I'm going for the high score.
God damn. I'm trying not to die.
Yeah, good job. Good
Thanks.
job. You're doing it. You're
Thanks, man.
doing it.
I,
You're
you know,
living the dream.
living the dream.
Nice and achievable, they always say, right?
Yeah. That's what they say. But do they
You know,
mean
you
it?
want to aim big, but you don't want to aim like too big. You maybe take it 2 steps down, maybe.
Well, let's go for functioning. How about that?
Oh, capitalism's real. You might want to rethink that. Just I don't know.
Oh, oh, I gave you brain.
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
If I was a hot dog, I know I wouldn't have a mouth. I'd be a hot dog.
I mean, you could be sausage party.
Okay, in a sausage party scenario, would I eat myself?
Yes.
No.
Oh, okay.
All right, that discussion was cool.
Would you would you eat Jimi Hendrix guitar?
Would I eat Jimi Hendrix's guitar? Yeah. From the chat, wow, MJP sounds sexy. Does he have a girlfriend?
Ooh.
I'm not telling you
Yes
who it's
he
from.
yeah, yes he does.
Yes, he does. So yes, he's taken. Oh, I guess yeah, chat's a thing. Aw. Well, gotta get there first. Unless you're the girlfriend, then you got there first. Good for you. You won.
Congratulations. You win the game.
And that's what we're about on this show. Fucking winners.
Yeah, all those losers take your bags, pack them up and go the other way cuz this is winners only out here. You ain't a winner, you ain't out here.
Yeah, you ain't here.
W-
You ain't. If you ain't a winner, you
Winners
ain't
for
shit.
life.
Yeah, winning for life.
Win winners for all time.
And we've got two. Those are either fat Italian men emojis or fat Chinese man emojis. My eyes are a little bad. I can't see. I apologize, chat. Twitch lets you put Italian men in chat. That's like a weird thing.
Italian man.
Yeah, it's like, ooh,
It's oddly specific.
that's what I'm saying, but they're doing it
Where
out
they just
here.
where they just look like different Greek. Like I don't.
It's a different type of a Greek, you know.
I know. I can't tell them apart. Huh, God, leave me alone.
It's the Twitch version of crying and laughter. Why would they choose Italians to represent like laughing, crying? I'm I'm calling Twitch on their bullshit right now. I want an investigation. I'm shutting these people down until I figure out what the hell's going on over there.
I think they're just chomping on some buttermilk biscuits,
I'm
all
butter.
dry mouth and shit.
Mm,
And it's just it's causing a reaction.
like an animal of some kind.
Yeah. Their mouths get dry, like cops. Like they see black kids, they just go insane. It's like that. Except they take these biscuits and just start going bonkers.
They're
They're just out of control out here.
just barking at things.
Just, "Ah!"
Like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
They get
Yeah.
consumed by the Holy Spirit.
The Holy Spirit. No need to fear it. Just need to
Is
hear it.
is the white genocide in the room with us?
Is it? Is
Is
it?
it? Is it? Is it in the room with us,
Shit.
guys? Chat. Is the white genocide in the room with us?
Yeah. Can you? We'll play like it. We'll play like a kid show. Most of the emojis are streamers and memes. Was that Pleasant Kenobi then? He kind of looks like a fat Italian.
Streamers and memes.
There's a Gengar.
Hey, those are good. I like streamers and memes.
Streamers and memes. Streamers and memes.
More memes than streamers, but streamers are all right.
Woo. Now it's getting spicy.
I like the gaming streamers.
I like the.
See them come up with creative stuff.
I like it when they don't say the gamer word though.
Oh, what gamer word is the gamer word?
You know what the gamer word is.
All right.
We know what the gamer word is. I'm not positive who it is. My guess is it's someone from the platform. Yeah, it's Pleasant Kenobi. It's kind of like, well, it contains letters very similar to ginger, and if you rearrange them, you can find the gamer word.
That's not a gamer word. That's just a bigot word.
Nah, it's the gamer word. That's what we call it in this business. I'm
I
going.
love how gamers are just characterized by unhinged 13-year-olds, even though everybody plays games.
Yeah, on Xbox too.
On
Circa.
Xbox specifically, circa 2000.
Yeah, all those kids you love to hear on Xbox. That's all gamers are. That's it. It's the gamer word.
just just squealing N-word into the mic.
It was great how many 25-year-olds were yelling that at 12-year-olds.
It's funny because when the new Halo came out, that was the first thing that happened, and someone else was in the room, and they were like, "Why are they doing that?" And I'm like, "Oh, this brings back memories, sweet memories. Oh, it's back."
Memories that we cherish. I wish we
Now
could
watch
go
now watch
back.
me proceed to shit down his neck the entire match.
Fact. Just give him AIDS. Whoa.
Oh, if I had mods and I was cheating, I would be cheating on you right now. But
Right.
instead, I have to use my skill.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna say phrasing on that one.
Phrasing.
Phrasing.
Boom.
Boom.
You got me.
Yeah.
That was a good one. Yeah, yeah. I do also like to shout, you're not my supervisor at random intervals. That is something I like to do.
That one's pretty
Sometimes they
funny.
get, sometimes they get it. They're like, ah ha ha. Other times they're like, what the fuck? Either way, it's pretty good.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Way better than Outlaw Country.
Yeah.
That'll get you in some sticky situations.
That it will. That it will. Shit.
Wait, did they have a new season? I thought they had a new. I thought they maybe started another season of Archer.
I don't know anymore. Like I stopped paying attention to Archer a while ago.
I sat there and watched every episode like 3, 4, 5 times.
Have you really?
Yeah,
It's a lot of fucking Archer.
it is a lot of Archer.
Yeah. That's I don't know how else to say it. Like that's just a lot of Archer to consume.
Hey, Adult Swim disappeared for like a while. It was just kind of like nothing.
Unless you liked reruns of the Eric Andre show.
I mean, you could watch that, but then what are you gonna watch after that?
Um. Well, there was.
It's all reruns. It was all reruns for a while there before Rick and Morty came out.
Yeah.
They tried to keep taking bringing stuff off the ground, but they never took off.
It hit a low. I agree.
So yeah, instead I was watching a lot of Archer and a lot of Futurama.
Hmm. Interesting.
Yeah, I think Futurama's my favorite. I'd have to say Futurama's probably my favorite.
That's fair. It's good stuff.
I was sitting there thinking of like sci-fi ideas, right? Trying to come
Yeah.
up with like sci-fi story ideas to generate the creativity, right? And then I eventually came up to the conclusion of poplars. I was like, oh, that's just poplars. I was like, what if people get so desperate for real food out in space because they're supposed to get like some kind of like regular basic ration or whatever, and it's like some kind of like edible algae, some gross shit that you don't really want to eat, and they come across an alien race, and but they're so like desperate for anything other than what they've been eating in space for years and years and years and years to get that far that they just eat them and cause an international or cause an intergalactic incident when the parents show up. And I was like, oh fuck, that's fucking poplars.
You're like, I'm the smartest guy ever. Nobody has thought of son of a bitch. Fuck.
That's how it be though.
Don't worry. I'm pretty sure that half of my James Bond bits I heard in 2004, but I'm not entirely certain.
It's poplars.
I did have a bit. I did have a bit. By the way, chat here. One day I'll get caught up good on Archer. One time I took a bunch of acid and watched the first 5 seasons straight. That's pretty funny.
Oh, that's a good show to do that with. Not
Yeah.
that I would know because I never do those kinds of things. Not
You're
on air, I don't.
you're rules good boy who's the good boy who follows the rules.
It follows all the rules.
Follows all of the rules.
Every single law. Not a seed, not a rock, not a nothing ever leaves any state line illegally ever.
That's right. Because you're rules good
Fucking-
boy.
I
I,
obey even the obscure rules, the ones that no one knows, not even the cops.
That's right.
I still never seen that one. Was it some
Allegedly.
portion? Was it the cats that did Sea Lab, or was it one of the other squads that did that one? Because I still never seen any of
Of
Archer?
which one?
them. Yeah.
Archer's home movies, guys.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Brendan Small was off being like, I'm now a rock musician.
Oh, right. Okay. And this was before John Benjamin settled into his profitable TV dad role in the style of Bob Saget.
Yes.
Yeah, he was just doing. It was basically a Nick Cage situation. Hey, we got a check. He's like, yeah, I'll do it. You got a six pack? You got a six pack? I'll do it.
You can't fucking see it, but I'm nodding so hard. By the way, what's up, True? What's going on?
Same old bullshit. Like, we're out here getting fucking killed. It was
Oh
like
no, in a very different way from Dan.
the most high volume ass week, and I'd be walking around in there. I've got a lot of shit translated down to where you can say it to people out here, but they ain't fixing to organize. Yeah. Everybody gonna stay out for themselves. Everybody gonna stay out for themselves and keep skipping around to different ones whenever it gets too rough, which I don't know if that plays into the hands of the enemy or not. Sometimes it seems to fuck over a manager on the ground, but to me, the cats that built all this shit, that draw money out of it, they can't lose. Not under the current configuration.
No.
Nope, they gotta want it.
It seems like everything now serves that interest, that they will never lose.
Right.
I don't know. I don't know. They do a lot of losing on purpose.
They
Right.
don't. Yeah, they can collapse in on themselves at some point, but like, it's gonna be a bad time until that happens.
Like, can you not screw over your own finance system for 5 minutes and make it functional?
Well, they ain't, you guys are a great comfort to me, among the handful of friends that I have that are aware, of any of this. It's pretty stressful, being in there and, getting to know your coworkers pretty good, getting close to them, getting to feel like, that people around town and stuff.
Yeah.
I've done it so long now. I've done it so long now that when I come walking into one, 9 times out of 10, I know at least one person there. I was glad to see me coming because I never fucked them at the old one because I don't fuck any of them. But I don't know. It's it ain't enough, you know.
So you're
And
telling me you just walk in and say, "Hey, how deep is the boot your throat?"
yes, it
You
is.
just kind
How
of walk
bad
up.
is
That's
this?
your greeting. That's your greeting. Hey, how far is the boot?
Yeah, literally. Like when I first saw a cat at this one that I had worked with like 2 factories ago, that's what I said. I said, "How bad is this one compared to the one that me and you were both at, 4 or 5 years ago?"
Hmm.
And that is a perfect, uh, way to measure it. Really, is that
Yeah, because
if
if he goes, man, let me tell you, you got a problem.
yeah,
All right, I'm fitting to head out already.
yeah, these fuckers, they don't really know what they're doing,
No.
but the tools that they have and the fact that this one is pretty new, it really makes it impossible for them to fail in any meaningful sense. Like,
Mm. Yeah,
it's
no,
wild.
no established norms.
Yeah, yeah. Like, I've been at ones where they would start up a new process, But this one is an entirely new jam. I mean, it's 3 years old, but in the grand scheme of things around here, that is still very new. So everything about it has not settled into a predictable. Okay, this is how much we can expect. This is how bad you can whip a guy on a particular station before he kills over. None of that shit is known in this place. So some weeks are okay, other weeks are like this one, and you guys know because you hardly see me on here or anywhere. Um, some weeks are like this one, and you're about to drop, and the same cat that we all work for, come walking by looking just untouched and like freshly scrubbed like he always does. Hey,
Yeah,
how's it going?
beaming and shit, walking around like hee hee doo, doo,
You know how it's
doo,
going, motherfucker. You seen numbers that I ain't allowed to look at, Sometimes you can calculate the shit from the floor because they'll let some piece of information slip that you can use to calculate how good they're doing. It's always because of some ill, thought out program that they have to try to make people engage, to try to beat the fact that you're alienated from the product of your labor, right? It's
Yeah.
always some ill-conceived thing that they have that they think will get around that, where they might fuck up and tell you how much something costs and how much they sell it for, right? And you know how much they pay for the labor that made it because you work there, and you also can find out how much they paid for the products that are, that you're using to make the shit. So you can do a little math and kind of get an idea of how valuable it
Will
is
do,
for
Jim.
them. Kill a bunch of people,
Yeah.
but it's really worth the effort because when you know the number, it's just going to make you sad. you know?
It
I
does
used
get
to like no
depressing.
number. I don't like no number anymore.
It does get depressing.
Yeah,
It eats at your soul. It eats
yeah.
right at your asshole. I wish I could do more bit. Like I'm so not funny right now because like I'm in so much goddamn back pain. It went out again.
Oh God,
Yeah,
I'm
but
sorry to hear
I'm just old dying Jewish man
That
mode.
does make you relatable.
that.
Good. Market it further, would you? Market
Yeah,
up
you
your
gotta.
terrible Jewish spine.
Capitalism is gonna capital itself.
Capitalism. If you're not gonna
the,
live like your back has been broken by capitalism, you're not gonna be authentically a communist.
Have you heard hustle hard, hustle grind set mindset? Hashtag Money Monday.
Wango.
the,
What about Wango
Touch it,
Dango
touch
Sleeper
it,
Tango mindset?
touch it, Cash Tuesday.
the fucking X-ray looks like a Hebrew character.
Yeah. Yep.
The fucking X-ray down spine is just bent in the shape of just the word "Oi!"
Is that Dan's back, or is that the way is that how you write Yod Hey Vohe? I'm bad at I'm really bad at this.
In my old one where they were a little clumsier with how they set up the machines and how they practiced ergonomics. And my old one, I did blow my back out every now and again, and I would be right there with you. But this is the lib factory now, not the chut factory.
Ooh,
So through use of state of the art ergonomics, they've created a scenario in which no individual part of my body will give out before I reach a state of total exhaustion.
tight.
I'm not. I'm. I'm
You
not
got that
just a hater.
technocratic evil.
It is amazing. I am not just a hater, but uh, I have to admit that it is beautiful and incredible to see them get to a new level where every part of my body is equally shredded, and yet my back or my knees or anything haven't specifically given out. I mean, I'm impressed.
They're just measuring your death right now.
Well, it
You
looks here like
still
our
dead
numbers
here.
are a little bit low. We need about 5% more deaths to make him
I
completely and thoroughly exhausted before he gives out.
I suspected that this might be the direction we were going with ergonomics, but as a concept in the factory, but I didn't think they'd achieve it. I thought that they would never achieve it, and what they'd have to do was they'd have to start creating separate departments based on what part of your body was broken. They'd start to have like a department where everybody sits down because their back's gone, or a department where there's no walking because your knees are gone, or whatever. And then they would reassign the worker based on what part of their body was
It's just
controlled, right?
it's just the knee shredding section of the factory.
Right. Everybody whose arms are fucked up, you go over here. This is gonna fuck your arms up, and then we're gonna put you somewhere where you can
We're
punch.
just gonna put a disability in every section.
Right. Can't remember if it was last time. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we might as well. We're gonna break format. I know if you guys have been listening to the Dumb Wednesday show on Twitter, we're gonna break format. Usually, I go to that McDonald's that's been completely taken over by the teenagers that work there,
Yeah.
and the old round white lady that's supposed to be running it is constantly running around screaming, trying to find them because they're all on break. Like,
Cool.
I usually go to the good McDonald's, but this time we're breaking format and we're going to a Wendy's.
Oh,
A truck stop Wendy's. That's right.
one of these days you'll have a sit down.
When we get to Diner Arc, that's how I'll know you're old.
I just refuse to do anything but go to the Waffle House and fucking play my
And
sad old. Be in the Waffle House in
he'll talk about it
2043.
all week.
Yeah.
Be in the Waffle House in 2043 playing like Nickelback and shit on the shoebox. This is what we used to listen to in the 90s for kids.
You maybe.
Oh, those would be good times. Those would be good times. I
I
remember
didn't
when I
find
had
out. I didn't
times.
find out about Nickelback until like 2007. It's
Yeah.
like
It's one
this
of
is
those
from the
bands.
90s, and I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's one of those bands that's so terrible that when you have to suffer through it being on the radio all the time, you're like, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to me. But then, like, way later, you will have a nostalgic feeling when you hear, the dumb shit they were playing this summer you were in school.
I saw his stupid hair, and I was like, oh, I know this guy. I've seen him before.
What about?
One second, guys. I'm gonna order burgers. I'll be right back.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm gonna finish off my dumb joke. What about Nick's old ass instead of Nickelback?
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. You got him. You got it.
Yeah. I got there's a start there. It's not perfect, but
Yeah, yeah. Let's go in somewhere. Yeah.
it's got potential. That's all I'm saying. Oh shit. Yeah, that's how. Like I said, that's how weak I am. I'm like, that's as far as I'm getting with this joke is Nick's old ass or weak old ass or something like that. Although weak old ass is also pretty good, so I'm just gonna take that one and go.
That one's good. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I see. I have none. I definitely not an expert at that skill.
You're not an expert at turning puns that may or may not be gay jokes.
No,
Oh.
I am sorely undertrained.
I am needed then. The show does need me. Yay!
I'm irreplaceable. Time to be a douchebag.
Time to say the word.
Saving the word.
Beep. So you'll never know what word it was because it was too long.
Was it white genocide?
How about that guy today on fucking Twitter being like, wait, hold on, he's Australian, so he's like, you're anti-white, mate.
I know.
No, no, my name's Loki.
I'm reporting everybody who's anti-white.
Yeah,
I was like, I'm not even gonna get started on this. He's gonna give me a permaband. Shit on his dreams here.
well, like, the problem is, like, he interprets anti-white as anytime you point out my dick is tiny. That's white genocide if you point out my dick is small. Like,
Anything to him was white genocide.
yeah. He's like,
Is that meme with the butterfly? Is this white genocide? It's a
yeah,
butterfly.
that guy's a pussy. The guy with a gigantic pussy, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, you can't talk to me like that." He's Australian too. You can't talk to me like that. I'm a man.
Of course, he's Australian.
Yeah, of course he was.
Most fragile of chuds.
Yeah, the weirdest of chuds too. Why are you getting involved in the Amer? He's like an Australian Odinist, and I was like, you were just trying so hard to stand out. You're never gonna get on Fox News. That's never gonna happen for you.
Never.
Yeah,
Not once. Not never. No way.
not happening. You weak little bitch. I bet he's watching the show right now, and he's like, I'm writing all of this down so I can take it to my member of parliament. I take
Do
this
they
to
have a
my
parliament?
parliament. Yeah,
I
they have
don't
a
know.
parliament.
I never thought of him important enough to figure out. Is the Outback even real? Is that like a?
It is real. The Outback is real. He's like, I'm taking this to my member of parliament. You're going to be in big trouble, tough guy.
They got frisky dingoes.
I like how all I had to do was point out that he was lying about not speaking English as a first language, and he was like, fuck my entire scheme.
He really was. He really thought he was gonna ace in the hole with. English isn't my first language.
Yeah. Then as soon as I went into that bit,
I'm
then
too dumb to understand words.
yeah. I don't speak English. I was like, oh yeah, you only learned it from crying dudes. Like we really should be nicer with this slow person. And he was like, fuck. Oh shit.
The easiest layup.
Well, yeah, because you know what he expected, right? You know what he expected. He expected us to be like,
No, I didn't.
oh,
I had no
oh.
idea.
No, these guys are all like, aha, all I have to do is say the thing that the libs care about, which is other people, and then suddenly they'll back off of me and I can do whatever I want to them. I'm so
Is that what
clever.
they think?
Yeah.
That's not what we do here.
Yeah, I was like, oh, bitch, I'm sorry. This is not the tolerant left you've been told about, my friend.
That's where we clown them even harder.
I'll just play into your nonsense. Okay, you don't speak English. No, everybody be nice. This idiot doesn't speak English. He doesn't even know what he's saying. This moron doesn't know. This dumb fuck.
This dumb goddamn
This
poor
piece of
son of a
shit.
bitch.
This piece of shit who imitated Goatsy and now can't go to the bathroom properly can't fucking understand us. He's too slow. He's like, fuck you, man. Aha! Gotcha.
Yeah. Flawless plan.
Flawless plan.
Flawless.
I just let him
Should
get
I-
out. All you gotta do is let him get 3 tweets in that proves that they're fucking wrong about their little scheme, and then you're like, oh yeah, by the way, remember how you made this the premise of your entire fucking thing?
They can't perform. They can't perform enablism.
No. Yeah. It's okay, because you're not disabled, so whatever I do to you isn't actually doing it disabled. Yeah, how do you like that, motherfucker?
You're not a
Uh-oh.
human. I don't really consider him a human being.
Yeah. I don't worry about whether or not I treat the dog with a disability wrong.
You said who? A Nazi? Oh, okay. What's whatever. Anything goes.
Yeah, you put Cujo down. That's how I was trying to put. Then I was just trying to put bait posts on there. I was like, let's see if I can get him to report me. So far, absolutely fucking nothing. This bitch can't handle it.
Yeah, I really can't believe my dude tried the whole I don't speak English thing.
Oh, most definitely. Most definitely. So I was like, oh, okay.
He really did. He really did.
Yeah.
I couldn't. I was astounded.
He went right in. He was
He
like,
did.
no fucking fear on this one.
I'm just gonna bullshit my way out of this.
Yep. Watch this. They can't handle. Oh God, no. He's calling me stupid over and over again. I was like,
Unprincipled.
you're a white Australian and English isn't your first language. Calling bullshit, my friend. I understand it's the camel form or the dog form, but it's still English. You know what I'm saying.
It was like that. I saw what was it? Some homeschool kids or whatever. There was some dumb white motherfucker talking about I'm gonna homeschool my kids, but I'm not gonna teach them how to read or do math.
Yeah.
What? what are you even doing then?
Yeah, what's the point? What's the point of those kids? Seriously, like, what's the point of those children? What are you doing for them? What are you doing with them? You're not doing anything good.
Nothing. It's the old libertarian method, huh?
Libertarians still teach their kids to read and write, but they teach them to read like Ayn Rand and the fucking what's that book that's like the Turd Eater or whatever, and then the Turner Diaries. Like that's what they teach them to read. And Mein Kampf, they're like, yeah, this is the good shit. Free your mind from the libs.
Here's your autographed copy.
Yeah. My buddy Harlan Crow gave me this one.
Oh, I was saying Mein Kampf autographed with little splatters of blood.
Yeah, Harlan Crow's the guy who Harlan Crow's the fucker who has all the autographed Nazi memorabilia.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
that is him. It's Clarence Thomas guy.
Yeah, the Clarence Thomas guy.
The most obvious case of corruption.
Uh he's pretty high up on the list, I'd say. I mean, I don't know if he's the most like Donald Trump's still a thing. Are we forgetting that?
It's almost like lobbying is corruption.
It is almost like bribery is a crime. Or
Right.
ought to be a crime. Huh.
Something illegal in practically every other.
In any other context. Absolutely any other context. All this shit would be illegal, but thank God we live in America, baby.
Inverted totalitarianism.
That was the name of my first band, actually.
Oh, yeah, that would rock.
Yeah.
Like a
Inverted
like it's a
totalitarianism.
ska band, right?
Yeah. I got kicked out after the first day when I was like, ska sucks. Why are we doing this?
Meanwhile, you made everybody stop their skank.
Yeah. I made everybody stop their skank. It's like, guys, did you know this is actually garbage? Did you know everything about this sucks? I just found out now.
You made me stop mid skank.
Not only mid skank, but just to be like, it's terrible. Don't worry, guys. I figured it out. This music sucks. I think this is the thing that'll get us canceled if we attack ska in this crowd.
Oh no, we could just call it the pop punk remix.
I don't speak English, mate. I'm from Australia. I don't know what you're saying.
Like plus Blink-182.
Yeah. That's how I'm just gonna get. That's how I'm gonna get at everything at work. People will be like, "I need you to do this." I'll be like, "I'm sorry, mate. I don't actually speak any English here, do I? It's all Australian." Just fucking. That's my go-to play now.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, just fucking.
That is. Oh, I can't. I'm not supposed to go in on the jokes like that. But wow, that was. You got him. You got him.
Yeah. Don't worry, I know pretty much. I have a gist of every dumb thing they're gonna do because they're gonna cry about something. So I just start with, "Why are you a pussy?" All right. Before anything else, we gotta establish why are you such a weak man. They don't like that. For some reason, they find that offensive.
Attacking their fragile masculinity.
Yeah. For some reason, that causes them to get a tiny little butt hurt.
You mean I'm not the greatest thing in the universe?
Well, somebody called me a wussy. Uh-oh.
Thought I was God gifts to women.
But I thought people liked me.
That popping sound was the sound of his ego crumbling.
Yeah. Oof. That sounded like it hurt. That sounded like my hip, dude. Are you all right?
This goes down. Oh.
Oh, but my masculinity. Oh, but my penis.
That was
Uh-oh.
more than I could take.
Oh no.
Yeah, they would have the longest drawn out death too. It would have to be like a freaking
Fucking.
Dick Tracy death.
Yeah, say, hey, Dick Tracy. Well, hold on. I'm Dick Tracy. Oh, I'm gonna do the Simpsons thing, man. I'm Dick Tracy. Now I'm Prune Face. Now I'm Prune Tracy. Now I'm Dick Face. Ah.
Uh,
Oh man, nah, fuck that guy from earlier. Fuck him.
I'm still dying over here.
I'm still
Oh, I'm
dying.
still dying over here.
Hey, I'm still dying over here. Come on, my kidneys are failing. Ah, I'm trying to tell you about my origin story over here.
Don't you want to hear my origin story? Nope, not really. Well, sit down for the next 20 minutes. We got pages to fill.
Yeah, we got a lot of pages to fill, motherfucker. So why don't you sit down and wait? These comics are terrible, so we're gonna take our time on this one.
That's all they had then. They barely had running water.
Yeah, that was a new thing.
Indoor plumbing. Yay.
Ah, look at me. I'm getting fucking into a plumbing over here.
Oh, imagine being the neighbor to the person with indoor plumbing. Yeah,
Oh.
listen to them crow about it all fucking day long.
Oh, well, I can shit indoors. Can you shit indoors? I can, and I don't have to shit in a pot anymore. Ugh.
Let me just get a drink of water real quick.
Oh, that son of a bitch thinks he's so clever.
I gotta let it get cold first. Okay, all right, let's go. Ah, this is good. Good water.
Oh, you know what I
Oh, where
love?
do you get your water from? Oh, a well.
Oh,
Oh,
well.
that's cute. That's
Full of
cute.
leeches, I bet, right? Ha ha ha.
Ha ha ha.
Your leech-ridden well.
This
Fuck
is
you.
how I assert my dominance.
That's how I assert my masculinity. Oh, shit.
One upmanship, a time-honored white boy tradition.
Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Fuck you,
Fuck
bro.
yeah, dude. I'm just gonna do Ian Finance for the rest of the evening. Fuck
I
yeah,
don't know what an
dude.
Ian finance is, but
Don't
okay.
it's not important.
Clearly, because his name's Ian, and it's finance. I don't think I would trust an Ian to do my finances.
Ian finances. I would not trust that particular Ian because there's a lot of stories about him just like being like, I've been sober for 2 weeks and my life's never been better. 4 hours later, I just did a bunch of fucking coke and had gay sex in a bathroom.
Nah, bro, you got to change your name from Ian for me, bro.
Yeah.
I just can't. I can't.
Ian is a no from me, dog.
That's a no. That's a no.
It's a no from me, dog.
That is the rating. It's right below that's right below a hell no.
Oh my god, I'm terrible. You know why I'm terrible? Write an N for word. All right, Dan. That one was clever. No more.
That's an N for me, dog.
Yeah, that's an N. That's a big N. Beep from me, dog. Oh shit.
Oh, why don't you say it? You say the word.
No, I'm not doing it.
You gotta say the word.
No, I'm not gonna. I like
You
dancing
got
around the
that?
word.
You got that burning desire to say it?
I do.
You do.
So
It's in
bad.
your blood. It's in your blood.
It's in your filthy blood, you white man.
You gotta feel it. You ever get so mad that you gotta say it? You just get the itching. It just scratches for it. Jones and
Jesus Christ. We're kind of terrible people.
Oh yeah, I'm totally a monster.
Yeah.
I am the monster that Capital made me.
I'm the monster the Capitol made me.
Now you gotta deal with my communist ass.
Now you gotta deal with my communist ass.
I'm gonna run over here. I'm gonna come over here with a tank. Run all over your shit, bitch.
I'm gonna be all over your bullshit.
They gonna be like, you can't roll a tank over here, and I'm like, yeah, fuck you, I can. I'm
Just
doing it
watch
right
me.
now.
Just fucking watch me. That's why they call me the Tank E.
I need all the tanks. I need tanks on tanks on tanks.
I'm
Feel the
telling you,
tread, bro.
this show becoming a Magic the Gathering podcast is looming.
Okay, yeah.
It's looming. I don't know when, but it's
You could
always
you could
hovering.
you could literally do whole episodes bitching about Wizards of the Coast.
Oh, we could. I mean, what's there to be mad about? Okay, so let's do that one because that's kind of fun. That's on the lighter side of the horrors of capitalism, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So these motherfuckers actually called in the Pinkertons on someone.
Yeah, they did. I saw that. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah. And the Pinkertons are kind of so. What? Here's the premise, right? Magic the Gathering operates in something called sets, meaning that the any at any one time, basically every week at this point, they're releasing a collection of new cards or reprinted cards, or generally speaking, a mixture of both, right? Um,
Okay.
and they come in sealed packaging. They're generally randomized, although they do have pre-constructed product, meaning there's a fixed list. Okay.
Okay.
Well, there's a new product coming out that is absolute dog shit, but it's spoiler season for that absolute dog shit. This is about 2 weeks ago now. Okay. So
You can spoil
distributors,
absolute dog shit.
absolute
Okay.
dog. The set's absolute dog shit, but it's the new thing, so it's the new spoiler, so they can get away with this crap, right?
Oh, okay.
All right. So what ends up happening when these sets come out is they're already printed after a certain point and sent out to distributors to be sent out to stores, and then stores have them in their back inventory and put them out on the day they're supposed to.
Yeah, do not release until blankety blank.
Exactly. Just like in any other retail, don't release until blankety blank.
And of course that shit leaks because that's what happens in any other retail as well.
Exactly, because these people are opening a certain amount of that product, so they have singles of that product to put into their shelves, so they can sell you singles, they can sell you sealed product.
Well, not even that. I mean, you got workers. They're just gonna fucking release the shit. They don't
Well, the
care.
workers, yeah,
They don't pay. You don't pay them enough to fucking care.
well, yeah. I mean, there are some workers, there are some stores that intentionally spoil a little bit of it to start getting the hype mill going.
Right. And of course, everybody's escalating that.
Well, yeah, the hype mill is it is if Wizards were more talented, this would be one of their greatest schemes ever because they keep the hype mill going at all times.
Man, them motherfuckers better look out. Is all I know. Because
Yeah.
they better be going ahead and contributing to Trump's campaign fund right now. Because if it's DeSantis, it is their ass.
Yeah,
It is
DeSantis is
over.
coming for Wizards.
It's over.
He's tired of spoiler season, you fucks.
Tired of all the white babies that aren't being born because of Wizards of the
No.
Coast.
Yes,
Well, if he doesn't like spoilers, no one tell him what happened with the Nazis.
I won't.
Because clearly he's not learning it from the books there.
His primary opponent, his likely primary opponent, Trump, has already pivoted to a very pro Magic the Gathering stance.
It's very disgusting.
The latest Trump rally was actually in World of Warcraft, I heard. Folks, Meatball Ron, he wants to take all this away. He wants to take away the whole world of Warcraft.
That sounds.
He says
more
you're not
plausible
fucking
than I
enough. He
thought.
says you're not having enough white babies. There's babies everywhere. Look over there. Those people are getting married. That guy's marrying an orc. This is freedom. This is what freedom looks like.
Yeah. And
Meatball Ron wants to take all this away, old pudding fingers.
Meatball Ron is being mean about the fact that I fingered that orc. I did. She let me do it. They let you do it when you're a celebrity. The orcs just let you do it.
They let you do it.
They
They let
you
you do it if you roll a d20. If you roll a d20 and you hit 20,
and their armor class is low enough, they let you do it.
They let you do it.
If they fail their saving throw, they let you do it.
They just let you do it.
If you spect into the fingering tree, they let you do it.
They let you do it.
Fingering tree.
Yeah, they just let you do it.
That sounds like the bane of every DM's existence.
For real, that like when you consider like who is in play to like decide whether to leave their house to go vote for these pieces of shit, like that would be the way to like differentiate themselves as candidates. Is one is pro fucking endless dork paradise, and the other one is pro like return to a bunch of fucking Chad bullshit.
Hentai D&D.
Mm-hmm.
You got the tentacle tree.
They're not going to do none of that shit. Nobody votes unless they're like 60. They're not going to do any of that shit.
No, they're not.
Magic's been around a long time. WoW's been around a long time, but it ain't been around long enough to affect the fucking Republican presidential primary. But it's a funny bit, and I like it.
Yeah, it's fine.
You
Listen,
don't know I don't know. But before the last 15, 20 years, I wouldn't have believed you. But at this point, I would believe it.
Yeah.
There is a non-zero chance.
Shit, definitely a little different now.
We've seen crazier shit.
Shout out to the very pleasant crew working the night shift at the Wendy's at the Pilot truck stop in scenic the upper South Carolina. They're just so nice, and they left our sauces out. We're super nice about that. They're just really pleasant, It's the kind of shit you get when the company is just completely given up on any kind of micromanagement. Like they're just running the show.
It's very
Now,
sweet.
meanwhile, the McDonald's is in a constant state of mutiny and rebellion. Meanwhile, at the McDonald's right now, the manager is being locked in the freezer at gunpoint. And they're not being robbed. A different staff member does that about every 2 weeks.
Jesus.
Just for the sheer pleasure of just being able to work one shift. Just one shift. They're like, okay, you're fired. You locked that lady in the freezer. He's like, well, she was fine. And they're like, well, yes. Her blubber to her blubber to bone and meat ratio does allow her to survive in a freezer longer than a normal human. Yes, she was fine, but we can't let you lock her in there at gunpoint. We're gonna have to fire you. Well, I got paid though. Well, yes, we are gonna pay you for the shift. All the customers are very satisfied.
You just get the mutiny sense.
Can I finish my dope deals that I had going on in the drive-thru? Well, yes. We the McDonald's Corporation, we're well aware of the amount of drugs that are distributed through our drive-thru. We do feel it's a selling point, and yes, you may finish your dope deals, but after that, you're fired.
Active mutiny drills.
I'm just gonna say it. Woo!
Okay, kids, this is what we do in case of a coup.
It is interesting though. It's a different vibe at these kind of jobs,
It is.
It's stuff that used to run like the fucking military, and now you go in there, and they know that they don't pay enough to retain people. Labor market too tight. They just really they're letting them get away with some shit. And in the grand scheme of things, it ain't nothing. But
no, they're robbing them for all that money.
Yeah, but at the same time, it feels nice to think that at least they're not harassed the way they used to be.
Yeah. All right. So with Wizards, right? So what
That was a
happens?
weird tangent.
Yeah. So what happens is they have this YouTuber whose videos do better than ours, but still objectively shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
This YouTuber goes to a shop that is less than, shall we say, you know, how do I put it nicely? They're what we call a scummy shop, right? They're scummy. They do shit not like you're supposed to do, which jeopardizes certain stuff.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All
I
right.
mean, black market. Yeah, you got markets, you got black markets.
Like
Mm-hmm.
sometimes maybe if you come in and say I want to buy this product 3 weeks early, they go, "Fuck yeah, dude." They just sell you the goddamn shit.
Mm-hmm.
So
Just don't show it to anybody for 3 weeks.
I do like money.
yeah, I too enjoy money. So
That's what you should do at the video game store. We should tell a motherfucker, look, man, if you get on Xbox Live before the release date of this shit, it's going to ban your console, and that's not my fucking fault. I'll sell you this. I don't give a shit. I hate these fuckers. I hate working here. I hate you.
fuck,
But
I
do
hate you
not
too.
connect your console. But do not connect your console to the fucking internet
Oh,
with
but I
this.
loved you.
Or fuck.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
stop.
that's what happens, right?
Mhm.
Sounds about right, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
So everything I'm saying just sounds normal, right?
Yeah.
So he spoils the entire fucking set. Literally, like 2 days before it was supposed to be spoiled anyway on the internet.
Oh, I see what you're saying though. This has like,
Oh, so he
this has like
pre-spoiled and
implications.
spoil.
This has implications for like the meta and grander shit like that. With the game store, you couldn't like practice an online game early because they'd fucking bust your console. But with
Right.
the card game, you could know ahead of time what was going to be the meta fucking shit.
You really could. So Wizards got pissed. Wizards got really pissed.
What? I thought companies love their shit being spoiled.
It depends, right? If you're Marvel, you hate it because the only thing that keeps the I'm about to say something that'll really piss people off too. The only reason those movies are any good is precisely because you were hyped up into thinking they were good. They're shit.
Right.
They're written
Right.
by AI.
I thought they were written by the military.
Yeah.
The military cops and some corpos in a committee room together.
I was pissing my coworkers off earlier tonight because they were talking about whether or not the next Avengers is going to be any good. And I said, nobody's going to get punched in the jaw like a Jack Kirby drawing. And they said, what? And I said, Jack Kirby took over pencils on the Avengers and basically invented a style of comic book art where the frame you see is the instant that Captain America or whoever just fucking blew every every single one of his teeth out of his fucking jaw. The moment that the knuckle hits the fucking jaw, his arm is fully extended. Michael Jordan Peterson knows what I'm talking about here as an appreciator of comic books and pencil related. That Jack Kirby frame, man, that moment of action, that shit is nowhere in those movies because they just tell the computer to do it and they, move little wireframe puppets around and stuff. But the magic of that shit was this big, dumb, giant action, right? That was what the Avengers was. That's why it was cool in the 60s and for, a few years after that. Because of fucking Jack Kirby's pencils. And that is not in those movies. And my coworkers are just looking at me like, dude, I never read the comics. I just like the movies.
Exactly.
Like, oh, okay, all right, I'll shut up now then. These films are based on an antique art form that you guys may have heard of. The comic book.
Loosely based.
But so you're saying that the only reason that they insist to me that these things are good is because they're invested in it and they've been talking about it for 3 months, and we feel like they're going to look like a fucking asshole if they admit that it's not good.
Right. Yeah, you can't give up on it. And like there is one other potential possibility which is gonna piss people off, right? Um, so you like crappy movies. You know what I mean? Like if you like crap, like yeah, the Marvel movies are great.
you'll,
You know?
you'll love this fucking shit. This slop. Eat up the slop. You fucking you fucking kid. Fucking Marvel, Disney. You fucking here's a fucking princess. You fucking idiot kids.
You
Talk to your
stupid,
crowd.
stupid
Stupid
punk piece of shit, asshole,
dumbass,
goddamn no good son of a bitch.
dumbass Star Wars nerds. You just fucking eat
Like
this
a
up.
pig, like a pig that eats out of a slop trough every day, and then one day you put him an apple that's not rotten yet in there, and he's like, "Oh my god,
Like, oh yeah, this is a whole apple.
oh my god, I can't believe this."
Yeah. Well,
But this one had Toby Maguire.
it did. You're right. No, he came back as Spider-Man, making the Sam Raimi movie canon.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So, this asshole does that, and really, I say asshole, but like, I'll give you a little secret. I don't really fucking care. The set sucks. Most of these sets, like, they're in the past couple of years, like, outstanding the odd cool card, right? By and large, every set feels bad, but Kamigawa Neon Dynasty and March of the Machine. They all feel bad. They feel terrible to participate in. So, like, oh no, they spoiled our other jank garbage. Oh no, they told everybody about our terrible trash. And what it boils down to is they knew that yet again they were doing a money rip, right? So they were like, we can't have people actually knowing we were trying to rip them off because that looks really bad, right? So we gotta like kind of, we gotta keep the spoiler season going properly here.
That's what makes them smarter than the other franchise owners. The other franchise owners would be like, give me the money, give me the money, give me the money, cash grab, cash grab.
What would you say was so
I
specifically dog shit? When a magic set is dog shit, what would you say is so bad? Like, I don't keep up hardly at all these days, but if I had to guess, I would say it's probably effects that only would proc if you did specific shit or you built a specific way, and even if you do, you just wait for it to go off forever and it just never lines up for you.
um generally what makes a magic set bad right now is the fact that every set is completely undraftable. Like you can tell how little fucking care they've put into the sets because you can't draft them properly. And two of the sets that you can, I guess Phyrexia All will be one. You can also draft that properly. It functions in its limited environment. If a set doesn't function in its own limited environment, typically speaking, it's trash. And I don't think I'm wrong because I'm using the qualifier typically in part because like some of the older sets, I think some of the Urza sets were like they were very playable and limited, but then once they got the standard, they were just broken jank because there were like 9 cards that were playable, but they were so playable they had to be banned.
Hmm.
Like I'm talking like 98 there. I'm not talking today. Today, most of the sets are just unplayable garbage. Um, and like their philosophy and design for so long has been let's try to force rotation in old formats. Um, and let's just try to ruin old formats that they have become completely fucking insufferable.
Yeah.
So
Back to that D&D analogy, that's like them adding a new version and it sucks.
yeah, I don't. I'm gonna say something that may be controversial. I thought Fifth Edition was fun.
I don't know enough about the additions.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, if you play it a lot, if you play D&D a lot, I think 3.5 is my favorite because of the high customization and the fact that you can just fix all the broken classes with like a class creator. So
Right.
you can just go in and manually do it, and then 5th edition, generally speaking, everything works outside of out of the box, and it's a little bit. On some things it's overpowered, and some things it's underpowered, but the balance is still playable enough that it's fun.
Right.
Yeah. So.
If you get a good squad, you're going to compensate for a lot of the lackluster rules anyway, right? Like, I mean, it takes a long time to get to a point where
Balance in games.
Yeah.
What is this?
I mean, we both know that those games are never going to be balanced because Wizards rock.
yeah,
We all know that Magic trumps everything, and like Cleric and Wizard have the obvious advantage. So,
right.
but with
Now
that
that I
said,
am a little more I am a little more caught up D&D wise than I am Magic the Gathering wise, and I'm certainly going to be able to vouch for my co-host Dan Cohen here. This is high level dork shit, and Dan is well qualified to make this call. Although I agree with you. I see why it can maybe piss people off, but yes,
yeah.
Christopher Gadsden, ladies and gentlemen, Christopher Gadsden vouching for. Wait, what show is this? This Sunshare,
Yeah.
the True Horror, vouching for going on this show. Yes, the True
Can't
Horror.
get mad if he's the one who does it.
Somehow I'm saying the things where I'm trying to provoke the audience, and you're the one who's like not only like alt naming yourself and fucking and taking responsibility for it. That's fine. You know what? Cool.
Are you sure you're not Australian and don't speak English?
Did you see that shit earlier, dude? That guy was a fucking mook.
It was fucking.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awful. It was
Nah.
fucking terrible.
Nar. I was like, oh, let me speak your native language, Australian Odinist. Nar. Nar. Yeah, I was starting to get under his skin.
Well, they're so full of themselves about their fucking living in the fucking mouth of 1,000 hellish things that'll fucking kill you. There's nothing appealing about that place. Like, I don't know. Like, there's people we know that live down there that kick with us sometimes, and they're cool, but none of them fucking rep that shit. None of them are like, yeah.
Oh, you see this? You see this rodent here? It'll kill you. Oh, great.
Neat.
I will stay away from everything.
Cool.
Mate, it's you can't visit this week, mate. It's flying scorpion season.
Flying
Flying scorpion season,
Is
mate.
that a real season? I gotta know. Is that a...
He lands on the back of your knob, and he tunnels right into your tent. And then his stinger, it pops out the end of your willy, and then it
got a willy
stabs you right
stinger.
in the belly. His stinger pops out the end of your willy, and it curls back around, and it stabs you in the belly and poisons you, mate. It's flying scorpion season. You can't come down here, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Okay.
It's fucking bad, mate. It's real fucking bad.
Flying scorpions.
Oi. What's sad is that's not that far off. Like, that's pretty...
It's not. It's
Yeah.
not.
Because that's what's terrifying about all the animals down there. It's not that they are poisonous. Every single animal in that country is poisonous. Like, yeah, the trees are poisonous. Yeah, they got stinging trees. That's true. Shout out to
stinging trees.
Yeah.
Shout out to
You guys are just
shout out
fucking
to
with
my,
me at this point.
shout out to my companion this evening that may or may not be related to me. May wish to maintain his secrecy. Because who knows what I got going on, right? But no, that's the thing, is that they're not just poisonous. They also usually burrow into you somehow, or burrow into some other kind of animal, or they've evolved these life cycles that are sadistic.
Yeah.
That, like, they've evolved these life cycles that make you question natural selection. That make you think, no, this is like sadistic selection. This is like somebody set this up on purpose.
It's like, imagine a continent
Survival
filled with
of the most
rapists.
fucked up.
It's a continent where the animals
America?
are rapists.
Yeah.
It's a continent where the animals are all poisonous rapists.
Yeah.
Oh, you're definitely talking about America now.
Yes.
And they do have a lot in common with America.
They really do.
And it's
It's baller.
probably they're also obsessed with American politics is because they know that we're distant relations in that sense.
Yes. It's easier to
Yeah.
just pin it all on us than actually deal with their own fucked up situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
Which,
yeah.
I
Why
don't know.
why take any
I don't know.
blame if you can blame it on everyone else?
Yeah. I mean, like, at least, for however long we were the hegemon, at least, like, the people had that advantage that they could point at this shit and say, well, how do you expect any of our shit to be going right? Look at that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as
America.
long as that
Hey,
shit exists.
America. Hey, you're the new hegemon. What do you want to do? Oh, let's take a look at Jakarta.
I don't know what we're gonna do. We'll figure it out. Yeah. So anyway, this kid buys this shit, right? And then he does his little video, and of course, he gets mad fucking numbers this time because everybody wants to see this shit. It's the new set, even if it's terrible, we all want to see it. So he is just a please little piggy. And then, of course, Wizards finds out. And Wizards is pissing their panties because it's fucking 2 days earlier than they wanted this to happen. So now they got to react. There's two ways you can react. You can be like, hey, man, please never do this again. Or you can roll with it and be like, fucking shit happened, somehow. Or you could send the fucking Pinkertons in.
There's the right way, the wrong way, and the corporate way.
Yeah, which is super fucking wrong.
Just wrong, but like fucked up on a more higher level.
Yeah, so of course they pick the pro fucking move. They send the Pinkertons to this guy's house to bully him and his wife until he fucking hands it all over because he's terrified. Which, fun fact, they don't have any legal authority. You don't owe them shit. And don't ever, if the Pinkertons come to your house and they're like, I want something, you'd be like, if you want to suck my cock, you're free to come in. Otherwise, you got to get the fuck out of here before I call the cops, because you're not supposed to be here. I'm telling you right now, I do not allow you to fucking do anything around my property. If you fucking take one more step, you've got a problem. Just you threaten their lives. It's fine. They have actual no legal authority to touch you. Definitely fuck with them. If you see the Pinkertons outside your house, or somebody introduces themselves to the Pinkertons, the first thing you should do is strip naked and just announce it's fuck time.
Yeah, yeah, they're definitely not cops.
Yeah, they're not cops. Like, they came to
You
your
could do that
house.
too. You would be in your house, yeah. So you could do that, yeah.
Yeah, you just start stripping your clothes and be like, listen, at some point you're either gonna start sucking, or I'm gonna start fucking, or you're getting the hell out of
My
here,
name.
buddy.
You strip off your clothes and go. My name is Buck.
Yeah, my name is Buck, and I like. Yeah, it's okay. Like, you could do. And remember, all cops are bad, including fake, fucking made up cops.
Especially fake made up cops.
Yeah.
They're
But this
not even
guy,
real cops.
they're not. I promise you, they are not. They have no legal authority to come into your house and tell you what the fuck to do. They have no legal authority to come to your house, and if they threaten you, you just be like, well, I have guns, so I wouldn't say that shit. I would go back the way you fucking came. Otherwise,
And
this
if
is
you were
going to
and if
turn
you were in
real.
Florida, you could blow them away when they step foot on your fucking lawn.
Yeah, to be fair, in Florida, you can shoot them when you see them turn around the block, just to be safe.
Oh, why is there no community here?
Yeah. Why is everything breaking down in Florida? I don't know.
Well, I was gonna give you CPR, but I didn't want to get shot when the moment you woke up.
Whoa, you
Social
came to
services
Florida.
running exactly as planned.
Exactly as planned in this state. But weird. Yeah, so this guy fucking gives in, and then Wizards looks like shit. Everybody's been shitting on Wizards. They should. You should be shitting on Wizards for what they did. I cannot stress that enough. But Wizards is like, what did we do wrong? We just sent the fucking union-breaking Pinkertons. We sent the goddamn Pinkertons in.
They just have Pinkertons just sitting around on payroll. Like,
Yeah, yeah, they're subcontracting them.
well, you don't want to pay the full premium if we do have a strike, so we might as well just hire them now.
Yeah. Christ, do you want to pay for the upcharge? I don't.
Nice fixed rate.
Lock
Nice and
that
stable.
shit in. Yeah. So
What if they did price controls on the Union Busters?
oh my god.
They were too greedy to even do the Union Buster negotiation.
They went with the Plunkertons. They went with the fucking Plunkertons instead. 'Cause they were too goddamn cheap.
Blumpletons.
Has anybody? That's not a bad idea. Has anybody started like a knockoff, like? Because they would shop around. You know, they're always disappointed when they ask if there's an
It
alternative.
would literally be the Sticky Bandits from Home Alone.
Yeah.
The Plunkertons in your house. That's not a bad idea. That could be us, you guys.
We're
And then
gonna
we just
start the
show up.
Plunkertons.
We just show up and like we just do like pranks. We just like leave like the flaming bag of dog shit on somebody's doorstep.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, you owe the Union $20,000.
Yeah.
We just like let the air out of somebody's tires. Got them.
Got their asses. That'll fucking teach you. Well, that's more than the Pinkertons could legally do, so like we probably shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
That'd be an actual crime,
those would be actual crimes.
of which I am
Allegedly,
unfamiliar with. I would never do such a thing. I am a saint in every
allegedly, the
regard.
Pinkertons don't commit actual crimes anymore. Allegedly.
Yeah, we don't know, but you know what? Challenge them. Find the fuck out. Just have a handgun when you do it. That way they started it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I feel like we gotta ask Howard Schultz.
Oh yeah, that motherfucker loves the Pinkertons too. They're in good company. Yeah, so
I wonder how
everybody,
it's going to feel. You remember for a little bit, every other headline about a union was about the Starbucks union. How did that go? Did they manage to unionize any of those stores? If they did, have they fired all the people?
They unionized all of Utica, New York,
Not pretty good.
and then
Regionally.
and then he decided to close it all down.
Mm.
So he's got
Oh.
that coming for him because you can't do that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Yes. Key.
he's fitting to have some problems with labor relations unless the Republicans break labor relations. Which, then, to be fair, the Republicans are deeply trying to break labor relations.
Yeah.
Like they are trying to crack that shit wide the fuck open.
Yeah, you'd think the opposition party would be more supportive of labor as a response to that, but I don't know. It's just not sexy enough, is it? It's not. It's just not their brand anymore, is it?
No, you are a funny
Opposition
motherfucker.
for what? They're enablers.
I saw a picture of Dianne Feinstein going back to work. Maybe she can do something about it. I saw this picture where they carried her back in there on a stretcher. So
Wow.
she's lying in repose in the Senate or wherever she works.
Yeah.
They carried her in a stretcher and just dumped a pile of old bones and fucking decaying organs just right there on the floor.
She's
Just
fine.
a literal flesh pile with bones in it. Like
That picture
like
was
some weird cursed ooze.
People were saying elder abuse about Biden and about all this other stuff, and it was a bit until they made Dianne Feinstein go back to work.
It was.
This is not a bit anymore. That is elder abuse.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of the thing in this country now. If we're gonna take a sidestep into that, like, there's this weird thing in this country where, like, if you're old, you are like, you are asking to be fucking abused.
They gotta drag that last little bit of value out of you before throwing you off a cliff.
She looks like the fucking CG mummy from the fucking Brendan Fraser movie.
Yes. That woman's not doing well. Like,
No.
Yeah, I was seeing all kinds of like cartoon villains being compared to her, like that little shrimpy looking SpongeBob character, and like freaking skeleton face, half melted horror guy, and
yeah, it's none of this is
quite
good.
gruesome, quite gruesome.
A freeze frame of the Nazi opening the Ark of the Covenant in Indiana Jones.
I didn't get why people after Palpatine had like burnt all his flesh and turned into a fucking ghoul, they still had this man running the fucking country. But it makes sense now. It's something they do. I I
Yeah.
I I I thought it was cartoonish, but apparently Palps is right on brand for the Democrats.
Yeah.
The younger members of our family discovered the Star Wars TV series, the Mandalorian, and my my spouse, who is around the same age as me, was pretending not to know anything about it. And I said, "You know all about this. Every word of the MC Chris song memorized. Like, what's going to happen now? His backpack's got jets. He's got a flamethrower on his wrist. It's all right there in Fet's Vet by MC Chris, formerly on C Lab back in the day.
He had a fun concert. He's got a fun
No
concert.
shit, the MC Chris still plays.
Yeah, go see him.
That's
Last
fucking
time I
insane.
last time I went, he did a the she named the show MC Chris is Dead, and or he named it the last show, and he was like, yeah, I wouldn't have said the shit if you guys would have shown up to my fucking shows. I'm still out here. I
That
got
motherfucker.
kids. I
That
got kids,
motherfucker.
motherfucker. They're right over there. Don't touch them.
That motherfucker is handy with a title. What was that album called? Like Black as Popcorn or something? Motherfucker is handy with a title.
You know, see, he is a marketer.
Shit. I'm gonna try to make that motherfucker come on the space. I mean, the Christopher Gadsden is gonna try to make that motherfucker come on the Twitter space known as Mindful Wellness.
You might be able to do it.
He's in our space now. He's in our realm now
Yeah.
of lovingly produced amateur bullshit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure.
Be
That's
so
the way to
dope.
bill us.
Be so dope to have the voice of Hesh from C Lab on that shitty space.
It would be pretty amazing.
Mhm.
I would watch that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like old bands and stuff like that, like they're all accessible now. Like, I mean, it's depressing because you run into them online and you're about to ask them to come on your thing, and you're like, who all's still in the band? And they're like, they tell you all the people that died, and you're like, oh no, my own death.
Yeah,
Well,
because they got to figure it out from who isn't there, right?
Yeah.
yeah.
Not.
They're like, well, last I checked, we're 3 out of 4. Oh. Like they get their phone out when you ask, and they're like 2 out of 4.
No. He died last year.
Yeah. There's a lot of fucking that kind of nasty shit going on.
Yeah.
But it does make them accessible. Which is all upside for us. Hey.
But yeah, dead on, Michael Jordan Peterson, as always, dead on. I really did think that was a reach when I was a kid. I was like, obviously,
I
this
did
old
too.
ghoul, this old ghoul is evil as shit. What are these idiots doing?
Can no one see how evil this guy is?
That's what an evil motherfucker looks like.
Instead, nowadays we're looking at the TV like, oh yeah, he's pretty evil, but what about the other guy? He's only slightly less evil. Let's go for that guy.
They're like using like famous villains as a reference to like dress up Joe Biden and like light his stage and shit.
It's
Like,
like
no,
it's
more red.
like instead of them working together, it would be Palpatine and Vader, and that's your ticket. What are you gonna do, Vader? I will crush all of my enemies. Okay.
That sounds good.
Well, what do you want to do, Palps? We're going to build a giant exploding space laser.
Hey man, damn. Chill, son.
Well, I really don't want to pay for that.
We're gonna
Like,
Yeah.
we're gonna
I
give
guess we're
Marjorie
gonna have
Taylor
to go with
Greene.
Vader.
We're gonna give Marjorie Taylor Greene a real space laser to bitch about.
Okay, hold on, listen, I don't like to talk to you guys like this, but you're fucking nuts if you think she's not on Team fucking Death Star.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Planet destroying genocide, Marjorie Taylor Greene isn't getting a piece of that fucking action for her old gross
Nah,
pussy.
nah,
Yeah, she was only
because Palps looks too Jewish.
ever crying about it because she was jealous. Like she was only ever crying about it because she was mad that she couldn't
It wasn't her idea.
Yeah.
right. She was like, "Dang, that would have locked up my little district in Georgia." I don't even know. I don't even know what the relationship is between her and that district. Why that's her district? Why that's where she's from? I think she moved there because
Shit.
that whole thing is nothing but hog farms and the accompanying pools of pig shit that surround the hog farms.
She moved there, and keep in mind too, she was originally not Marjorie Taylor Greene. She was not MTG. She was originally just Margie, just a folksy conservative.
Mm-hmm.
So like
Yeah, this
she's
shows how batshit they are. They just
yeah, she's totally
don't
fake.
even hide it anymore.
No, there's nothing that's not there's nothing that's not fake about her.
People say, potato head Irish freak, and I get that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm a potato headed Irish freak myself, but I don't know, I get more of a Midwest vibe from her. What do they used to call them? Squareheads?
Yeah.
Used to call them square. She's got a real square noggin.
She has big square energy. Yeah.
Yeah. That's from hanging around in the CrossFit gym too much in the torture cube
Oh yeah.
where you do the horrible exercises that are made to destroy the human body.
Into the cube.
It's like a 0G chamber, but it's cube shaped, so it compresses your head into the shape of a cube.
Everything about that is right.
That sounds like something Ron DeSantis oversees.
He's fucking up too. He's trying to take on the big dog, and there's no way that spoiling little bitch. His voice too. Has you ever seen his voice doesn't match his face.
No,
He does
no,
not like.
you're
Yeah. He doesn't look like he should be talking like that, and it's very awkward.
you're expecting like a baritone sort of chubby rumble.
Yeah.
And instead, it's that squeaky, like wind squeaking out of a balloon kind of sound.
Yeah. You get a dandy lad and not a man, and it's like, what the fuck? Where'd your balls go, fella? What'd you do with those?
Like it sounds like that he's just moving his mouth to lip sync, and that the voice is actually coming from like air escaping out of his sphincter.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that guy's going to be president. People do people do that. What's their list right now? It's that fucking stupid piece of shit and Trump, of course. And do they even talk about any others, or do they just talk about them two now?
There's an Indian guy who's going out there and being like, I fucking hate the blacks.
Oh
So
yeah,
he's trying to get
Oh yeah, that
attention.
guy.
Yeah.
forgot about
Remember
racist
that
Indian
guy? Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, racist Indian guy is like a new bit they're trying. But you know what
He
though? That Bobby Jindal tried racist Indian guy, and they were like, "LOL, you're brown, get out." Like,
That's what I thought would happen. That's the craziest.
what did you think?
and
You
then
think you think that they know you're not black? Like, they know it long enough to like dunk shut down a lid, but then when they're talking amongst each other, they're like, "Oh yeah, I hate him. He's just basically a boop."
Did you not learn from Gandhi's lesson?
Yeah,
but
not like you either. Like,
He tried it. He
well,
tried it. So
you figure with somebody like him, like he's fine. Like there's no amount of racism that would ever touch him, right? Not
like
in any meaningful sense.
No.
It's systemic.
Yeah, but it would never
Fucking
actually touch him.
racist Indian guy though is coming off of a hot gig.
I mean,
Didn't he used to be like wasn't his last job he was like the god of the dwarves on like Morrowind or something? It's a pretty
Yes.
hot gig.
all I'm saying is cops would touch him,
And you'd be correct.
and that's what matters.
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
if the dwarves come back though, if the dwarves come back, and Todd Howard has teased that they might, in the sixth game. If the dwarves come back in the sixth game, they're all going to vote for Vivek, of course, right?
yes. He is their lord. That little mountain troll. But the thing with him is like his parents are from the upper caste of India, where like a lot of the right wing Indians come from. And let's be real, like the guy who was like, what about Apu and things like that, who was like, it was really hurtful to see these stereotypes of Indian Americans. Like you, like number one, like well, in,
Like Homer is a stereotype, man.
It was hurtful to see Apu.
That's such a
yeah.
stupid thing to say.
He was
Homer
joining
is
in
a
5 minutes ago.
I will give it this. This is my take on it, and they're gonna go, well, you're white. Like, yeah, I understand, but you also came from rich people, so like you have a higher class, and you always will. You also have more of a media presence, so like let's
but
not
it's
pretend like you don't have advantages despite the hurdle that is Apu. When Hank Azaria is doing the Apu voice to make a joke about Indian culture, it is perhaps not in good taste. But when he does that voice and he makes a joke criticizing America as an outsider looking in, there's not
yeah,
anything wrong with it.
it's hysterical. It's always Homer like jamming like the expired hot dogs into his mouth and poisoning himself, and Apu is concerned for his safety. It's
Yeah,
he's the straight man in all of the Apu and Homer bits, which are primarily making fun of how disgusting and loathsome Americans are.
right.
Oh, it gets worse. It gets so much worse, my dudes.
Yeah, exactly. But like, when they're like, what about, when they did that movie, What About Apu? I was like, to be fair, like when he does the bit you're talking about, True, is the one where Homer Simpson eats the expired hot dogs and he says, Mr. Simpson, if you wanted to kill yourself, we do sell guns, and he sells them by the pound.
I
He
do
sells
remember that
handguns.
one. That one was pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, so like that particular bit, the Apu voice really isn't all that egregious because the joke isn't Apu being Indian and Indians are
Right,
weird. Which the
right,
Simpsons during their like I'd say like season 7 through like 12 really went down this path of like obviously South Park did it harder, but it was almost like they were gaping at South Park where they were like, we'll just say the racist thing.
right,
And
right.
those jokes are like where if you're like, well, those jokes are hurtful, they're not really all that funny, unless you're racist. Like I agree. Like I don't laugh at those bits, like because those bits are just they're terrible, and it's consequently like it's not ironic that that's the era where the show's quality takes a big decline, right?
Right. It's the post Bill Oakley era. It's the post God, they lost a lot of good writers right before that
Was
shit
that
happened.
was that before or after the gay episode?
Gay episode was around that time. I think the gay episode was later, but the gay episode was around that time because then they had the trying to make, they made their attempt to make homosexuality palatable.
Right.
Family Guy did one. American Dad, I think, did one, or they did a lot of things really close to it.
Oh,
Um,
Family Guy loves some gay jokes, bro. They did a lot of them.
yeah, Family Guy and South Park love. They're just like pretty much hurtful gay jokes. They don't mind them. Um, but that's the thing. Like the Simpsons, like they did their like trying to sitcom being gay up, and like those were always cringe episodes anyway. So that wasn't a really good episode.
It was like a
But
PSA in an episode.
yeah, basically. And there was the one where Mo was pretending to be gay to get the gay support, and then he's like, "Yeah, I'm not actually gay. This was wrong of me to do this." You know what I mean? Like that
Didn't
one
they
played better.
didn't they give Trey Parker an Oscar for singing an Asian face or Asian voice?
What?
Yes.
Like, okay, like Team America won an Oscar, and I can't remember. I'm pretty sure that it was at least nominated for the
Oh,
song where he impersonates Kim Jong Il.
Yeah.
yeah, I remember that. They gave him an Oscar for that?
Yeah.
I believe that one of the songs did, yes. I can't say exactly which one. I know those fuckers EGOT'd. I know that. That
That
they,
just proves how pointless the award shows are.
yeah.
Yeah. And that,
Because it's not their best stuff. Their best stuff is that stupid fucking musical, which is amazing.
Cannibal the Musical is a very, very advanced film for students to do.
So good. It's so good.
And
And Book of Mormon is an incredible musical.
honestly, yeah, all their movies, the South Park movie not so much, but the other movies, they're pretty fucking amazing.
Yeah. Like Team America, like you can go back and look at all the fucking little details and shit. Like, okay, everybody's belt buckle needed to be a big eagle. It's
Yeah.
literally the back of a quarter.
Yes.
Okay, it's a literal fucking quarter. Like, there's so much dope stuff in that thing.
Yeah. So I don't even remember where we diverted from, but like we've gone way too far down too many tangents. But yeah, with the Apu shit. We were talking about the third kid, the racist Indian man. Yeah.
Yeah,
So like you're talking about people who came, like, let's be realistic. Their parents they were all moneyed in a country where 900 million plus people are fucking peasants, right? Where they're just variations on starving peasant or starving proletariat.
right.
You're the one, you got over here because you were deemed credit to the United States, which is already a racist designation because any worker is a credit to the United States. It doesn't matter if they are what capitalism considers skilled or unskilled. Workers perform work. Work is beneficial to the economy. That's it. That's the fucking equation. So it's a racist designation to begin with, but it's racism that specifically is meant to benefit the bourgeois and the petite bourgeois. So all these people coming over are all parts of the bourgeois or petite bourgeois. These and
Yeah.
somebody like the guy who made like What About Apu, he can come over and make that movie about like, when I was a little kid that was hurtful, but like realistically, like black kids have to be taught at what, like age 3 how to talk to a cop to survive
Yeah.
the interaction. Like I
Yeah.
don't think that Apu caused that for you. And you can be like, well, it's still, and I agree. The parts, again, like impressions are hurtful when you're specifically.
The solution is to not talk to the cops.
Yeah,
Look,
right.
man.
Avoid it
Look,
at all
man.
costs. But
Look,
the
there
point
were
about
serious
impressions is like, this is the cold truth. They are hurtful when you are specifically like making the voice, the fake person, or the culture the fucking joke. Impersonations
Right.
really aren't that hurtful if you're avoiding doing those things. You just happen to be doing another voice. Like how many white people can one white person actually emulate? And by the way, thanks to the modern era, you're seeing cross-pollination in these things more than ever, right? You're having a lot more white characters voiced by non-white actors and getting roles they normally couldn't get. So, like, you're talking about a Jew and an Indian here. We're not talking about two whites. We're playing an identity game that's kind of iffy. So, like,
And none of these companies are
Hollywood
out
loves
any money.
pulling that shit.
what's that?
None of these companies are out any money. Nobody's been punished.
The Simpsons had to recast a shit ton of people.
Yeah, it's more on the audience to go, hey, wait a minute.
Yeah, and that's what they did. They
Like,
recasted, which, like, again, with like Dr. Hibbert falls into this problem. Of course he does, but what? How do we know the country's racist? Because when black people were like, maybe Dr. Hibbert shouldn't be voiced by an old Jewish man, nobody fucking cared. The
yeah.
minute a rich person said, like, this is hurtful to me, even though, like, some of the shit he was whining about was not, I'll be honest, like, it's actually not. And if you're, like, if that's painful to hear, I'm sorry, but, like, being a Jew in this country who's not rich, I can tell you about being, like, having hurtful things that keep you down.
Look, I don't know.
I
Maybe we're
I don't
going
know.
too far.
Maybe my friend Michael Jordan Peterson can tell you about hurtful things you hear in this country that can fuck with your head. Maybe there's something about him that can do it. Like, some
I'm
of
out
that
of
shit
my
was.
mind.
Right. So, like, I'm sorry. There's just a line, and like, you're not, like, I'm not saying all of it is good. Obviously, some of it is bad and needed to go. There's entire episodes that are just shit because they decided to play this game. and they were just objectively hurtful. But like this idea that the whole character then is premised on this false, I'm sorry, that's not true. Like somebody from the bourgeoisie of India comes over and buys up a bunch of American businesses, and then like the most they get is like the representation of like that immigrant and being like, ah man, if you wanted to kill yourself, you just buy a gun. We sell them by the bucket. You know what I mean? Like that's not really a hurtful stereotype. That was a very that's a very common thing for rich people to come over to another country and own and operate businesses. Just because they're not billionaires does not mean it's a hurtful stereotype in and of itself. Like that's there's a reason there's a stereotype there. Because the locals could not afford the property, the commercial property was being bought out from a foreign investor, and the business was being operated for the profit primarily of the family of the foreign investor.
Right.
Who was trying to secure citizenship and secure advantages that the local community wouldn't have. So, like, again, I'm not saying the racist part weren't racist, and those are objectively terrible. Hank shouldn't have agreed to do that. That's bad. Hank owes an apology. But the other stuff, you might want to settle down the we're the victims here, because that's hardcore conservative bullshit.
We need to game this out, okay? We need to game out how much better it would be if it never happened. Okay, if there was no such thing as Apu, if that never happened, okay, would it be easier enough for Aziz Ansari to have gotten laid that he didn't turn into a sex pest? Okay?
Yeah.
Would that
Yeah.
Would that not have happened? Would we still be enjoying the fine television series Master of None on Netflix? Would we still be enjoying Aziz's comedy?
I have that's the one incident where I also have a negative take. I think
Yeah.
if you keep yeah, he got bumped off the air because he had a date with a girl who was younger than him, and then she was stripping naked and then making out with him, and then when he was like, "Oh, let's fuck," she was like, "No," and he's like, "Okay, cool," and then she'd start making out with him again and start touching things, then he'd be like, "Let's fuck," and she was like, "No," and then they'd
It
stop.
sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, well, if you read the story in a critical lens, you like, okay, this girl just couldn't make up her mind whether or not she wanted to fuck a celebrity. Which one time John was like, this might be your only opportunity to fuck a celebrity. I was like, how is that a right? How is that some kind of a right? Or like, how is... So I was like, I think your framing's fucked up, man, because I was like...
It is. Okay,
why is that
as a
considered an
fellow
opportunity?
As a fellow South Carolinian, this is not the thing that made me more critical of Mr. Ansari, is this story. As a fellow South Carolinian, the thing that made me critical of Mr. Ansari is that him and Hannibal Buress, who I also enjoy, there is an apocryphal, partially fleshed out story about them coming back down here after they were famous and hitting up Orangeburg and all of these old run-throughs and runabouts to show out and spend long money from out west. Now that shit is disgusting. Lots of celebrities that have some kind of connection down here or whatever do that down here. It's fucking disgusting to come and abuse the peasantry. The only celebrity who ever came down here and was nice is DMX. R.I.P. DMX. He did it right. Everybody else did it wrong.
That was the point of being a celebrity. I thought that's why everybody wanted to be one.
You want to be gentrified royalty.
They want to just go out there and I'm so much better than you. Look at this money. I'm gonna throw your entire paycheck in this club right now.
Yeah, DMX was the only guy that did this right. A friend of ours bumped into DMX at a gas station. She says, "Hey, are you DMX?" And he says, "Yes."
That sounds very DMX. Yes.
Well, what's he gonna say? No. If he says no,
no. It's just that his excitement in saying yes is very DMX. You don't get a yeah, I'm DMX. It's
not possible to hide being DMX. If you open your mouth, it's game over.
He just sees him. Yeah, I'm DMX. You're like, whoa, okay, I get it, D, okay, cool. You're getting full DMX here. You're not getting, you know what I mean? Which you got what you signed up for.
You did get what you signed up for. I don't know what else you wanted. You wanted DMX, you got the X.
Are you X? And he starts barking all over the place. You're like, oh, okay, yeah, okay, yeah, sure.
That guy is.
Can you quit barking?
I just wanted an autograph.
Yeah. I just
okay, look. I just wanted an autograph. just wanted an autograph. I didn't realize you were going to give it to me. Although I now
I realize that that's all you can do.
yeah.
Mr. X, why are you taking me to the hood?
He probably would have. He probably, if you ran into him when he was still above ground down here, R.I.P. DMX. If you'd run into him, he probably would have took you any old where. He's probably getting bored, at any given time, looking for some weird shit to get into.
Yeah, when X was gonna give it to you, you did not know how hard it was coming.
But Ansari and Burris, as much as I love their comedy and their work, Ansari and Burris were not looking to get into some weird shit. They were looking to get fucked up as possible and go take advantage of the peasantry, except they didn't get to because they had a horrible car accident immediately after getting hammered.
Nice.
Wow, that's perfect. That is
Yeah.
that is a perfect story.
Yeah.
That rocks.
That's the thing that made me have a lower opinion of Mr. Ansari, not the sketchy story that, was the big deal.
Yeah.
Once again, your old friend, the True Horror, is more mad about the rich guy shit, more mad about the money. Let's talk about the money. Let's talk about the rich guy shit. Oh my God. It's been so long. Can we talk about the money?
Because the libs love the rich guy shit.
Mm-hmm.
They really do love the rich guy shit, though.
Yeah.
They just sniff it in like a rough fart. Like coming right out of Elon's ass. Just I love it. Can I get some more, sir?
It's the money river. It's the money river from Kurt Vonnegut's "God Bless You, Mr. Rosewater," but it's the farts that come out of rich people's asses. That's now that they're no longer creating capital. Now that there's no more capital left to create. Now that they just have to invent it out of like all this fake fucking kissing each other's asses. That's what the money river is now. Is just sucking the gas right out of the sphincter of the previous rich guy.
Yeah.
You just gotta make sure they're actually rich though. It's not the same if they're not if they're only kind of rich.
Yeah. You got to watch out for those Sam Bankman-Frieds and those Elon Musks. Those guys that's short money. Those guys are going to be bums before they're fucking gods.
Yeah. Go for the old money.
Yep. You want your Robert Mercers. You want your
Kissinger.
whoever is the J.P. Morgan Chase right now.
Whoever's the J.P. Morgan.
Yeah. So, getting back to it all, right? Getting all the way back. All these tangents.
Yes.
And we
We'll
love our
finish one of
tangents,
these
folks.
days.
We will finish one of these days. So, again, anyway, so Aziz Ansari, right? The situation he's in. Both of them, like, this is the thing that people don't want to do because they always just love to like go to the immediate, like the man is wrong.
Yeah.
They're both wrong.
Yeah.
Because what you should have picked up on is the fact that this young woman was not like an appropriate sex partner because she was confused as whether or not she wanted to do it. Likewise, and nobody ever likes to hear this, but you have a responsibility to commit to a no.
Yeah.
Like, you have to commit to a no because people need to know what you're communicating, and if you're communicating both, it goes bad.
On some pimp shit. That's some bitch shit.
Like
where they're like, and you're like, and he's like, oh, you want to do it now? Oh, you want to do it now? Oh, you want to do it now? That's some bitch ass shit, bro. You gotta make them want it, my dude. They gotta be like, all right, come on, just do it, come on. All right, I already made the decision. Let's go.
To put it another way, don't turn the page to a new era of human history where we admit all of the monstrous, horrible things about, the most men. Let's not turn the page to this new time in history where we're like, wow, these motherfuckers are terrible, and then the next day go out and treat one like they're not going to do that shit. Which is,
yeah, it's just like it's bad all around. Actually, is the problem, and like,
rich guy sucks and Starfucker sucks. They both suck.
Right. So you have a situation where you actually are gonna have to like fucking This is the hardest thing for people to hear, but you're also an adult. So like you also have a responsibility to communicate how the situation should play out. When you fail to do that and you send mixed messages, you're going to have a conflict in interaction. And that conflict, unfortunately, in this instance, is not one anybody wants to see actually enter into a conflict. Nobody wants to see this because of the nature of what it is specifically. So when you allow this to happen,
They should be using road flares. Like, come on, get in here, man.
well, yeah, you can't have a consent culture and then refuse to communicate consent and then claim you're a victim of something. Like
Right.
what you had is a shitty date. What Aziz had was a shitty date, but the idea then of the person who claimed the stake in victimhood first, they are offended at the notion that the other person could also have found your company to be shitty.
Yeah.
And
Where
like
did we land?
I don't imagine hanging out with. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know.
Did I hit the Hardwick thing here, or did I hit the Hardwick thing somewhere else? Where did we
Hard,
land on the?
if
Oh, buddy.
what was Hardwick was an actual pervert though, wasn't he?
Yeah. Starfishing is way out there. That's way out there. But like, okay, I did want to pitch him a show. I want to pitch Chris Hardwick a show, um, called The Wokest, where he changes the branding for the website The Nerdist to be The Wokest, and then he just literally every episode of the show is him trying to be woke and be like appropriate and correct like in his behaviors. You could probably get a pretty good season of that, right? Like, Hardwick sucks shit. He sounds like an insane pervert, like many guys that are in the entertainment industry are. But he could still read them lines, man. He could sell this character. I mean, it'd be easy. It's him. But like the Wokest, that would fly for a season. I would watch that shit.
What
I
is the locust? Is that an
Yeah,
actual
yeah.
thing?
It's just a whole season of him just going around trying in terrible faith, in the worst faith, to try to please everybody, to try to make everybody happy again.
yeah, that'd be
He's the
pretty
perfect
funny.
person to do it.
That
He's
doesn't
the
sound
perfect
woke
person
at all.
to do it. It's not.
That sounds like the conservative definition of woke.
I think he would do it. I think if I could get the script in front of him, I think he would be down.
I think he could. I think he would do it.
I don't know. Does he still
And
have
then
a
they would
career?
it would shut down
Uh,
production on day one when he sexually harassed the hairdresser or whoever.
He carefully slinked off into the shadows. I don't know if he's okay.
yeah, he hid.
He
Yeah,
wrecked it. He wrecked it. Virgin.
Last I remember he had some sort of allegation, and he was just like, "Yeah, I'm just gonna slide my way out of here," and everybody was like, "Yeah, smart move."
yeah. I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail.
If there's anybody in chat that hasn't Googled starfishing yet, I'm going to say it again. Starfishing.
Ah,
Oh, yeah.
starfishing.
Triggering
Yes,
skill trees is the only way to get power where Cohen.
incel. The old incel. Involuntary assault.
Yeah, yeah. Hardwick. Like, see, and there's the thing. Like, if you want to illustrate the difference, is like the Hardwick thing is actually somebody being really gross and shitty, and they need to be shut the fuck down. Louis C.K. should not be having a comeback career on the basis of they canceled me. Why did they cancel you, Louis?
That was
Why
like
did they cancel you?
that was like every female comedian that he ever saw. He
Yeah.
like was some number of steps on the path.
Louis was like, "What do you mean you can't just jerk off in front of random chicks?"
Yeah. Whoa. Fucking bet, bro. Fucking bet I
bro,
can't.
bro, I do this every Tuesday.
Yeah. Like, again, like, when there's real shit, like, this is not like, oh my god, we gotta apologize for everything. You know what I mean? Like, this is like, okay, this person did something real fucking bad. They did something really fucking bad.
You know it's bad when someone tells you and your voice raises an octave. They did what?
That's
Louis
fucking standard.
Louis C.K. They call it the Louis C.K. now, but I heard they used to call it the Wolf Blitzer.
Yes.
Shout out Julie Klossner. Shout out Julie Klossner and Tom Carpling over there. Hope you guys are having a great time with the show and everything. Shout out Julie. Thank you for the Wolf Blitzer.
There you go. Yeah, I don't know who gave you that, so. You could have just taken credit for it, you fool.
You'll find out.
You would have never known the difference.
We'll find out. I'll subject you to the work of this person.
Okay. I look forward to it. In a very sexual way.
Mm.
Oh no, Louis C.K. Oh no.
Dan's becoming Louis C.K. Fuck! I'm gonna touch somebody inappropriately. Ah, shit.
Well, that's going to happen later.
Laugh all you want, but I'm jerking off to my way to the bank.
That's going to happen. We're going to be sad when Dan does give somebody a Wolf Blitzer, formerly known as a Wolf Blitzer, now known as a Louis C.K. We're going to be sad when that happens. But before that, Dan is going to write. We're really good at the part where Dan is writing Pootie Tang, and we all get to be in it. He just cast all of his friends in one of the best movies ever made. We're going to enjoy that part.
Thanks that I'm the sex offender in the whole thing.
You know, many people would say, I've heard it said before, many people would say, some people don't like to hear this, but many people would say that Pootie Tang is an objectively better film than even Friday.
I would agree with that, yes.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I've heard it said.
Friday's only a classic because it's classic. It came out at the right time, with the right people, with the right themes, yada yada yada. And you seen how far the sequels fell instantly.
Yes,
they didn't do anything for the legacy of the series.
That is correct. They just crutched the sequels in on the strength of John Witherspoon's character. That is correct.
Yeah, and Tyler parried the fuck out of it. Just cringe. Yeah, so But Pootie Tang just came in, didn't overstay its welcome. Dirty D does what Dirty D does because he's Dirty D. Damn it, done.
The original Dirty
got
D
a
song.
great movie.
The original Dirty D song is one of the best pieces of music ever written. It was written for that movie. That movie includes many pieces of wonderful original music, including the song "Yesterday" by Fabulous, featuring Nate Dogg, one of the greatest Nate Dogg verses ever recorded. Shout out Nate Dogg, R.I.P. Nate Dogg.
Oh, just the belt whip alone.
The belt whip is in his
he
belt whip
sends the bullet back with his ponytail. It's like yeah. There's no comparison.
Okay.
It's like Friday's trying to be serious, but it's not super serious.
Tries to turn serious at the end.
Yeah, you got to have your emotional high point. Yeah, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could just be a stoner comedy. That could work.
But with Pootie Tang, you have such better villains. You have David Tell trying to get Pootie Tang to turn to the dark side, and then Pootie Tang says the nay-no to $20 million.
Mm-hmm.
Where's David Tell?
At the very end, they're like, "What the fuck did you just say?"
David Tell probably just laying in a ditch somewhere, isn't he?
I think he's still doing stuff.
Yeah, I don't know if he's working right now. That's just something I don't know, like mathematically. Huh.
Shout out David Tell. I think about you every time I deliver the end of a joke like this. Shout out David Tell. Thank you for that.
Yeah,
it always works.
You're very welcome. It's a good bit. It's a good running bit. Runs smooth like ice. Cold to the touch, but it isn't very nice.
A Chris Hardwick doesn't even sound fun.
No,
it's not.
That sounds like a contradiction. Sounds like a contradiction. Like a wick by definition is limp.
It sounds very violating. Hard fire.
Yeah.
It's like it's gonna light you on fire, but like with gasoline, so it's harder than regular fire. Like I don't know.
We superpowered the flame. It's worse than.
You see these are dark side flames.
It was just hard for your dyed in the wool bone deep dorks to let go because Chris went out there his first gig was on MTV's Stupid Dating Show, where he was, played up as a dork and made to look a dork by the fact that all the contestants were cooler than him. His co-host was cooler than him. Everybody was cool on that show except Chris, who was a huge dork. And then he leaned in. He made it his brand, right? Like, it's hard as a dork. It was hard to let go of the idea of a dude so cool that just turned out to not be cool at all.
Yeah. But he wasn't cool. He was a touchy
No.
uncle.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Uncle Touchums, they called him.
Yeah.
Sir Kiss a Lot.
Uncle Touchums.
In the end,
That is the worst thing I've heard of all episode.
do you guys ever think about? Do you ever just randomly in the middle of your day, just think about the touchy uncle from Tommy? How he did that whole song about fiddling a bite, fiddling a bite.
No.
Yeah, Jesus. Why
That
did
was
you...
really, really strong. I can't believe that's in that movie. That was really, really strong. That's one of the strongest, most over the top portrayals of a pedophile in film or television ever.
Thanks for making me remember that, though. That was real nice of you. That was...
You blocked him out of your memory, didn't you? That's what most people do. They block him out of their memory like he was an actual pedophile in their own actual childhood.
Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, man. I'm real glad that that's something that has happened to me this evening. I decided to show up for work.
It's a whole
Like
song
it.
about
Your existence violates my mind.
Yeah.
It's a whole song about touching children that the Who wrote.
Oh,
Okay,
the
Yeah.
Who wrote it?
they did. They wrote the whole musical, and it's a whole song in a musical that is about touching children.
Thanks.
All right.
Yeah.
The more you know.
The more you know, and the more you just hate being alive for knowing. All right. Well, I think on that depression, we're going to skip going all the way back to the Indian racist, and I think we're going to end it there.
He's coming back. Vivek is coming back in Elder Scrolls 6. Todd Howard told me so personally.
Vivek is yeah. You might keep your eyes out. Keep your eyes peeled for a cameo from good old Vivek Ramashami. I don't know how to say his last. I don't give a shit. He's an asshole. He's a Republican asshole. He's a rich Republican asshole. They're all rich
Dwemer
Republican
will
assholes.
rule Skyrim again. The Dwemer will return to Skyrim under the leadership of Vivek.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Cancel the show before I end up getting in trouble.
Will do. With that, we love you all. Good night. Don't die. Peace.
Good night.